Zimbabwe ruling party, Mugabe could be impeached in 2 days? Zimbabwe's Zanu-PF expressed confidence that longtime President Robert Mugabe could be impeached within 2 days, while the world's oldest head of state ignored the party's midday deadline to resign. "Your time is up," veterans tell Mugabe. The military appears to favor a voluntary resignation for Mugabe, one of Africa's last remaining liberation leaders, to maintain a veneer of legality in the political transition and avoid accusations of a coup. Mugabe, in turn, is likely using whatever leverage he has left to try to preserve his legacy or even protect himself and his family from possible prosecution. Amid the political confusion, the government on Monday urged cabinet ministers to pursue business as usual. Meanwhile, opposition activists and the influential Liberation War Veterans Association announced more demonstrations to pressure Mugabe to go. "Your time is up," Veterans Association leader Chris Mutsvangwa said at a press conference. He suggested that the military was still beholden to Mugabe and compelled to protect him because he is officially their commander-in-chief. The War Veterans Association will go to court to argue that Mugabe is derelict of his executive duty, Mutsvangwa said. Grace, Mugabe's downfall. The main charge against the 93-year-old Mugabe is allowing his wife to usurp government powers and that he is too old and cannot even walk without help, Mangwana told reporters. He said the ruling Zanu-PF party needs the backing of the MDC opposition group to have enough votes in parliament, but we have talked to them and they are supporting us. Zimbabweans were stunned by Mugabe's defiance during a national address on Sunday night in which the increasingly isolated president, put under military house arrest last week, had been expected to step down. Mugabe did acknowledge a whole range of concerns about the chaotic state of the government and the economy, which has collapsed since he took power after independence from white minority rule in 1980. Zimbabwe's ruling party expressed confidence on Monday that longtime President Robert Mugabe could be impeached within 2 days, while the world's oldest head of state ignored the party's midday deadline to resign. As ruling party lawmakers began meeting on impeachment plans, Deputy Secretary for Legal Affairs Paul Mangwana said they would move a motion for impeachment on Tuesday and set up a parliamentary committee, and on Wednesday the committee would report back to all lawmakers and we vote him out. SUPRISE has little faith in Zanu-PF saving Zimbabwe. Zimbabwean opposition leader Morgan SUPRISE says he doubts the ability of the ruling party to solve the country's challenges amid efforts to oust President Robert Mugabe. SUPRISE, in a statement on his party's website, said the ruling Zanu-PF party has been hurt by factional battles and that it appears to have differences with the military over how to handle a confusing situation. Mugabe has defied calls to resign immediately. The ruling party is discussing impeachment. The opposition leader says the upheaval could undermine the opportunity for a fresh start after moves by the military and others against Mugabe. It would be inimical to progress and the future of the country if all this action was about power retention at all costs, SUPRISE says. He adds that elections scheduled for next year should be internationally supervised as a way to ensure political legitimacy. Zimbabweans gathered in Africa Unity Square opposite the parliament on Monday to call for President Robert Mugabe to step down. The gathering was a prayer meeting that's planned for every day this week until Mugabe steps down, with calls for churches, civil society and ordinary people to be included in the talks for an inclusive government. Doug Coulthart, one of the organizers of the gathering and the organizer of #This Flag, said they had claimed the space opposite Parliament, and would be meeting there daily. "We want Mugabe to step down. We want him to go peacefully," he said.